Black faces, white faces, a prayer of St. G. All color turned away from me this day, left off a world of black and gray, as though I rushed to winter's dread and put behind any tantalizing thing. All life these followed me, rather led, and I pursued them. The time was nigh to leave behind all superfluity. If you, dear Lord, do cover heaven, as I think you shall, I'll wait. For all the joyful, danceful times I registered to me, and all the dullity assigned to you. For many are the sins of men, and plague us so, we simply say, you made it all impossible. And it is true, we never had a chance. All fell to you. It is the way of the world and the way of heaven. Until we find that heaven reigns here too. I learned by heart the lines to draw your face, the canvas of the day. The canvas is of water, disappears. Your face filled with rainbows of laughter. Some clouds of distress appear. Agonized to our sin, tender to our sin. Colored all the world for us, but we somehow erased the color. Put on the mask of tragedy. We suppose much nobler is the man who, because of duty, walks boldly into the blackness of annihilation, and say the Christian hope of heaven is mere enjoyment, a falsity of here and there. We are not called to save the world, but really didn't know the way of the true humanity is a simple form of obedience and trust. Too much color was put to us, we say, we couldn't resist. And then we smeared over the naturals with our own brushes, a wild and crazy artist with a palette knife, putting black upon the things of God, and wove a curtain of religion which was not given us. The veil was torn, remember? We after entered there within, we meet our heaven at the start of life, the face of innocence, the childhood play, the funny sayings which endeared all around. Where went that child? Did we arrive with ambition, with coveting all things, and sexual aberrancies and fantasies? Never were we to be the greatest in the kingdom, but only little children. Can we now be said to be little children? Thou sayest lovingly, and if we never learned to call you Father, we have missed the crux of all the universe and must go backward to that time of innocence. And if we now in believing you are put into the treasury of purity, the whiteness of snow, we shall not act in colorful ways. Isn't there too much of it? It turns the face from true beauty. Heaven and earth continually collide in fragrant song. We hear but cannot find the source. The world calls the Pope to convert to Calvinism, the Dalai Lama to be a Christian, Billy Graham convert to Islam. These should know all religions are equal, it is said. But colors are deceptive. Even the rainbow is not sharply drawn. The colors fade to one another, and if we glance away, it's gone. And actually we will know when come to you there, the reason for all colors. Religions intermingled, black faces, white faces. They say you are not the property of anyone. It's true, but look how far away it puts you in your holiness. There is but one God, the Father, of whom are all things. Imagine the infinite chasm between this powerful Creator and the things that we are thinking all day long. We say must be too good to tolerate suffering, too peaceable to allow war. But we do not know the whole of you. How many are there shades of color, shades, textures, shadowed, lighted? You are more. You are inconceivable. We must repeat only what we know from you. We have no other way. Considered outside of Christ given to us, the converted and the unconverted are exactly alike. This is where the colors mix. We are all sinners and can lay no charge against you. But when we are yours, your color, form, and radiance is ours, all fullness of your being. Is man something or nothing? Measured by you, man has no value. But you have poured into us your image, your fullness, your allness, but divinity. In simplicity, we could say you color your world with us. But we are the minor fraction of all things. What we shall see, what we shall know is beyond imagining. Let us say only, the rainbow of all promise descended upon us, and we are well, so very well. Amen.